Alright, well, I just recently finished all of the GT3 season videos. Those are finally done. I actually finished them like 2 days ago, which, way behind because that was in July. It took me forever to even get a decently paced workflow, but I have those videos done now. There's a couple that, they're still going to release over the next couple weeks. Today's the 22nd of September, and they'll roll out in the next couple weeks. Anyway, I wanted to make this video as a sort of recap because it was crazy. It was an insane experience, and I just wanted to talk about it real quick because there's definitely some things, especially in the later videos, that did not quite come through on the videos, especially when I stopped doing the commentary. So these are the final standings of the GT3 season. As you can see, in the GT3 class, that's me in first by 1 point, narrowly beating out Oleg, and then with a pretty decent gap to third and onwards. So yeah, I won, which is crazy. This was my first ever league racing season. It was my first ever league race, or first four, and I am still really surprised by my results. The season consisted of 4 races. It was multi-class, so GT3 cars and LMP cars. For the GT3 cars, we had a choice between the Lamborghini Huracan, the Mercedes-Benz AMG, BMW Z4, Audi R8, Ferrari 488, McLaren 650, and the Nissan GTR, and the Porsche 911 GT3R. And then for the LMP class, it was just the Porsche 919 Hybrid. It's the 2015 version, so it's included in the base game. It was in Assetto Corsa, and we raced on 4 different tracks. We raced on whatever that's called, Tor Poznan, something like that. That's in Poland, apparently. Then we raced on the Daytona Road Course, in Spa, and at Sonoma. As far as points go throughout the season, I brought home 3 podiums out of 4 races. I finished second once, and third twice. And that other race that I finished 4th. I'm just going to talk through them in order, just hit some key points. So first race, Tor Poznan, that was my actual first league race, and it was like the first organized race that I really had that wasn't just an open lobby. It was the longest race I had ever done, and it was the first multi-class race that I had ever done. So it was a lot of firsts on that one, and I ended up finishing second on that, so that was my best finishing position for the whole season. Overall, during that race, I was running the stock setup, so no changes there, which basically means that I could have been a hell of a lot faster, but I didn't really know how to edit my setup or change anything on it. And I'm going to be honest, I still don't know really how to do that. I can make some changes, but I can't build a setup from scratch. So 40-minute race it felt really long, and I was definitely sweating throughout most of it. Also, because pure nervousness. This was my first race, and I'm in second. What the hell? Yeah, the nervousness really built up. I backed out of a lot of battles and things like that. And I definitely could have been pushing harder, but I was just scared to mess up. The second race was at Daytona Road Course. At Daytona, the setup really mattered. The BMW had a God setup. It was running not low wing, but like a little bit lower. And the gearing was just, I'm guessing it was the gearing. I'm not sure exactly what made that setup so good, but it was really fast in a straight line, so I could absolutely not keep up. I made some setup changes to the Ferrari, and I really focused on the infield stuff, since I knew I wasn't going to gain time on the straight. Daytona was pretty painful. I felt like I was going backwards the whole time, but I still finished 4th, which surprised me. I lost position right at the end. I could have finished 3rd, but I lost position right at the end. Overall, that one was a fun race. There was a bit more action there. Or no, not a bit more action, but a bit more actual battling and not just me backing out. So pretty proud of that. Third race was Spa. I finished 3rd at Spa. I was a bit closer to pace, but still off pace, especially on the straights. I was still lacking in that straight line speed, but I was pretty close to like the podium position places. Andrew was really fast. Like, no chance there. Spa, I did finish third, but I will say that a lot of drivers were crashing each other out, and I'm going to say that I probably would not have finished that high if it had been a completely clean race for the drivers in front of me, who were then behind me, of course. So there was definitely a lot of luck involved there. And the last race at Sonoma, I finished third as well. That one was pretty interesting. I had plenty of pace throughout that. I really was not struggling at all until the tires started dropping off at the end of the race. And I also made a couple small mistakes, but we'll get to that in a second as well. The last race was really about sticking behind Oleg, who is the driver who finished second. Basically, I knew that if I finished right behind him and he didn't win, because he would have gotten 25 points to 22, and that would have been a 3-point difference, we would have tied. So as long as I'm one place behind him and he doesn't win, he's not in first place, then I win the championship. So that was the goal. Great start, whatever, lost out. And the whole race was about making up a single position just to stick right behind him. And I was able to do that, so that was that race. Pretty fun. Overall, season was pretty good. I definitely think I could have had more pace. I could have been more aggressive. I could have gone door to door with with more people. But still, a ton of fun and really impressive. Like, I'm really proud of myself for that. That was awesome. Overall, as far as setups go, I mean, I was definitely lacking in straight line speed for most of the races. And I also noticed that my front tires fell off a lot more than other people. But that was kind of on purpose because I focused on a more understeery setup. I think it suits my driving style better. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't turn. Like, it literally doesn't turn. But with trail braking, I was able to mitigate, the just pure understeeriness of my setup. And I was able to keep from making mistakes. It was really helpful in sweeping corners where someone brakes early or something to be able to get on the brakes in the middle of the corner, which I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. Went safe with the setup, and that worked out. I'm pretty proud of that. So for the future, this is like going to be the only full season that I really have. Obviously, it's September now. This was in July. August, I only raced one of the races even out of 5 because it was five weeks in August. I only raced 1 out of the 5, and I wasn't really happy with that. And I won't be uploading that. That's just not fun. But the reason why I missed so many races, I missed the last 2 just because I had other things to do. I was busy. But I missed the first couple because I was in Germany. I'll share a little montage at the end that I made for my personal channel. It's pretty long, but I like it. So that's something you can look forward to. And the last thing is, now that it's September, it's the Porsche Cup season. And I will be uploading those, hopefully, or some of the races. So what I've kind of decided to do is, obviously I've dropped the commentary already, and I'll probably just be uploading, I might be uploading just pure race footage without editing anything, or I might be doing what I did with the last 2 videos. I'm not quite sure about that yet. They're 20-minute races each. There's two races. The first one's off qualifying, the second one's reverse grid. But again, I'm not sure what that's going to look like, and I'm definitely not going to upload the bad races. And the real reason for that is that I'm just way too busy. I still have school, I have college applications, so I want to make sure that I am not overloading myself with videos and just neglecting my grades. 2 things really left, or 3 if you count the montage, but first thing is, if you're interested in maybe racing with us, or at least watching, the name of the group I'm racing with is called Back at the Lab, and you can find the streams on race nights on either YouTube or Twitch, just under the name Back at the Lab. We race on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Central, so pretty late, but if that's something you're interested in watching, that stream will be up there every week. We have someone casting it as well. It looks really awesome. It's so much fun. And then the last thing is just, I guess thanks for watching. I'm not trying to blow up or anything like that. I don't care about making money. I don't care about content creation that much. I want to go to college, not drop out and do this for the rest of my life. So a lot of it is just documentation. and I enjoy making videos. Like, it's fun to do. It's nice to apply myself to something like that, but it's a lot of it is just for documentation, so I have something to look back to, and yeah, I definitely have something to look back on. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks to my in real life friends for, I don't know, hopping into Twitch chat and being crazy. Anyway, here's the montage. I did it in like an hour. It didn't take me too long, but I think it turned out pretty well. All I really did was cut footage together and sync it up. So I need to stop talking. Like, that's it. See ya.